NewsNation chief Washington anchor and On Balance host Leland Vittert. Leland, I'd like to start with you. What do you make of what we just saw?
Wow, and stunning in so many ways. I think, Elizabeth, you were so right to point out that Vladimir Putin went first and was obsequious. I have never heard Vladimir Putin try so hard to ingratiate himself to someone. Went overboard in every way. Dear neighbor, I wrote down that he was trying to speak the language that Donald Trump loves, talking about trade, and then at the end blaming Joe Biden for the war in Ukraine, something Donald Trump has talked about a lot. Here's the question. Vladimir Putin rolled over in the press conference, did everything to sort of ingratiate himself to Donald Trump. The question is, did he do that in the negotiations? And we don't know. We don't know what was given up. Clearly, they didn't agree on the location of the next meeting, which obviously Vladimir Putin wanted in Moscow. But going into this, it was clear that Donald Trump held the cards. And that B-2 flyover, I do not think we can make enough of that moment when the two men met on the tarmac for this, and Donald Trump had a flight of B-2 bombers, stealth bombers, escorted by F-22s fly over. That set the stage for this. I've studied a lot of Vladimir Putin press conferences. I've watched and covered a lot of them. I have never seen this version of Vladimir Putin, and I think that is entirely due to how he was just treated by Donald Trump.
Yeah, Leland, he also said quoted Donald Trump himself in saying, this war never would have started, President Trump, if you had been president the last 4 years. Chris Stirewalt, Leland was just referencing that B-2 flyover. This was quite a scene when Putin arrived today, to a red carpet, a warm handshake, applause from Trump as they met. Vladimir Putin is an indicted war criminal who would face arrest almost any place else in the world. He looked genuinely thrilled to be there with President Trump. And then we had that B-2 flyover. The B-2 bomber is what just launched missiles at Iran. Was that a flex?
I think, all of the staging here was a flex, right? He's displaying at the beginning, he's displaying Putin like a trophy. I caught him, he came, he's on my turf, look at him. He's smaller than me, he's weaker than me, we've got the military, he doesn't, and all of that jazz. And then at the end, though, I gotta say, that was weird. Vladimir Putin has adopted the language that other world leaders have adopted with Donald Trump, which is patootie smooching. You're so great. Everything you say is good. We love you. We love you. We love you. And he was chipper, right? He came out of that chipper and happy and excited. Donald Trump looked like somebody had stole his lunch money. He looked tired. He looked bummed out. Who is that guy? Who is the low energy? That is not the Donald. Leland's 100% right. That's not usually how we hear Vladimir Putin, but that's also not usually how we hear Donald Trump. And whether he feels grim because he knows he's going to have to do stuff in order to keep his team together and keep the Europeans together that he's not going to like, or whatever the reason was, that was a very unusual performance by both of those men.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.